Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 188th Commencement Ceremony for South Dakota Mines. I am Dr. Lance Roberts, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please rise and remain standing for the processional as we receive the graduating class of 2023. President Rankin, the Faculty Chair of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, Dr. Kurt Katzenstein, has installed the mace. Please lead the procession of faculty and platform guests. As we convene this commencement, please remain standing for the posting of the colors by the Army ROTC Color Guard. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
March. Group. Halt. Sir, requesting permission to post the colors.
Post the colors.
Forward. March.
Please be seated. My honor to introduce our university president, Dr. Jim Rankin. Dr. Rankin returned to South Dakota Mines to serve as the university's 19th president in 2018. Originally from Draper and Fort Pierre, Dr. Rankin graduated from South Dakota Mines in 1978 with a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering. He went on to earn master's and doctoral degrees in electrical engineering from Iowa State University. Please help me welcome President Jim Rankin.
Thank you, Provost Roberts. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce a few members of the platform party seated on the stage. Please stand when your name is read. Dean of Students, Joe DeLugos. Student Speaker, Morgan Else. Keynote Speaker and Honorary Doctorate recipient, Linn Evans. Alumna and Honorary Doctorate recipient, Renita Mollman. Board of Regents Representative, Douglas Morrison. Chair of the Faculty Senate, Kurt Katzenstein. Dean of Graduate Education, Mary Beth Price. Board Chair for our Center for Alumni Relations and Advancement and Mines alumnus, Rich Wells. Vice President for Research, Lori Anderson. And then last but not least, I'd like to have our department heads, program coordinators, and faculty representatives please stand. Thank you. We also have, please be seated. We also have out in the audience family and friends of those on the platform, along with my wife, Dr. Wendy Rankin, so glad to have them all here as well. I want to thank you for joining us on this special day as we celebrate the achievements of 3 associate, 58 baccalaureates, 39 masters, and 8 doctoral students. All of today's graduates have demonstrated the determination and knowledge to earn a degree from South Dakota Mines. They all have the potential to become outstanding scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs. I want to extend a special welcome to the families of our graduates. It took a lot of hard work for them to make it to this day, and most of them did not do it alone. Thank you for all of your support, guidance, and encouragement you have provided to our students during their time at Mines. Graduates, congratulations. Ingenuity and adaptability are cornerstones of science and engineering. The world needs people like you People who are curious, tenacious, and have what it takes to change the world. It is now my pleasure to introduce the representative of our senior class, Morgan Else, a candidate for a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering and engineering management from Brandon, South Dakota. Morgan is joined today by her parents Wade and Melinda Else, her brother Adam, and her sister-in-law Carly. Morgan has been involved in various clubs and activities while at South Dakota Mines. She served on the Student Association Senate as president and as Greek Council representative for Beta Delta Mu, president of the Order of Omega, vice president of Circle K International, a member of Alpha Pi Mu, and a mentor for women in science and engineering. She was also inducted into the South Dakota Mines Leadership Hall of Fame in 2023. After graduating with her Bachelor of Science degree, Morgan will be working for Nucor Fastener in St. Joe, Indiana. Please help me welcome this year's student speaker, Morgan Else.
Thank you, Dr. Rankin, for that wonderful introduction. I would like to thank the senior class for electing me to this honor of representing you this morning. I'd like to also thank my friends and family, the sisters of my sorority, Beta Delta Mu, the Industrial Engineering Department, as well as many others for the continuous support the past 4.5 years. Today, I would like to share a few valuable lessons that I have learned during my time here at South Dakota Mines I believe can be useful as we move into this new chapter of our personal and professional lives. The first thing I would like to talk about is the importance of people. When I first came on a campus tour my junior year of high school, I remember my family and friends eagerly asking me what I thought of my visit. I said, "I'm not so sure, it just seems like a lot of nerds." To which they so kindly reminded me that I am also a nerd. So I decided to give this school a chance, and maybe they wouldn't be as nerdy as I thought. However, when they told me during orientation we count 1 through 5 because those are the prime numbers, I learned to embrace it. Back then, I had no idea how influential these future engineers and scientists would be in my life. Reflecting on my time at Mines, I am deeply appreciative of the quality education I received, but equally, if not more, thankful for the relationships formed. I can without a doubt say that without the support of my friends and classmates here, I would not be graduating today, let alone speaking before you. As many of us prepare to start our careers and move away from our families and support systems, let us not forget to value the importance of creating a support system that you are not only able to lean on, but that will help you thrive. Along with that, do not forget about the people who have got you to this point in your life now. In other words, don't forget to call your parents every once in a while. The next point I have is the importance of living in the present. My childhood best friend and I decided to get matching tattoos the summer after our freshman year of college. Don't get me wrong, we have made some not so smart decisions over the many years of our friendship, but surprisingly this was not one of them. We both loved Harry Potter growing up, so it was fitting for us to get a tattoo from the books, a quote from the books as a tattoo. After lots of thinking, we settled on, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." I've thought about this quote a lot during my time here. To me, it means to live in the moment and not worry about your past mistakes. Whether it is accepting a job offer across the country, joining a club you never thought you would be a part of, or just saying yes to spontaneous plans with your friends. Live a life that you can look back on and know you won't regret not doing something you really wanted to. Last year, when we played our rival game against BHSU, I decided to put my name in to kick a field goal at halftime for a chance to win $1,000, even though I'd never kicked a football before. My friends helped me practice at our tailgate, and I felt confident going into halftime. I gave it my all, but the ball went about 4 feet forward and never left the ground. I was super embarrassed, but my friend told me this quote she had heard before. "You'll worry less about what people think of you when you realize how seldom they do." I'm glad I did the kick, even though it was really embarrassing. It made for a great story. The last thing I would like to address is the importance of giving back. Most people's first thought when hearing give back is donating money, which I will talk about in a bit, but there are other ways to make a lasting difference. One of these is to recruit and advocate for Mines students to obtain internships and jobs at your company. I'm sure we can all agree that the experience gained on internships is incredibly valuable. So advocating for future Mines students to have these opportunities is extremely beneficial to them. Another way to grow the Mines community is to help expand the alumni network by returning for reunions to meet more fellow Hard Rockers, as well as joining your local alumni chapter. Throughout my time at Mines, I was fortunate enough to receive a scholarship from a generous alumni donor. This donation lifted so much stress from my shoulders, and I was able to focus on developing my leadership abilities and soft skills by joining extracurricular activities. As many of you know, when you receive a scholarship, the Center for Alumni Relations and Advancements encourages and helps you to write a thank you letter to your alumni donor. Every year, my alumni donor consistently responded with their own letters, showing a genuine interest in my academic pursuits and personal growth. This cycle of gratitude and connection shows the remarkable community that has been built over the many years of our university's existence that makes me proud to be a Hard Rocker. With that, thank you to everyone in attendance today, as you have played an important part in the lives of the students sitting before me. And to the graduating class, congratulations, and it's a great day to be a Hard Rocker. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. I noticed when I did introductions that none of our faculty stood up, so I'd like to ask our faculty in the back to stand up. Thank you. South Dakota Mines, or School of Mines and Technology, operates under the authority of the South Dakota Board of Regents. Regent Douglas Morrison is here today to represent the board. Please join me in welcoming Regent Morrison.
Thank you, President Rankin. Graduates and guests, I'm honored to stand before you and represent the South Dakota Board of Regents. The stellar reputation of the School of Mines is in large part due to the quality of the graduates it produces. That's a testament to all of you. The world is changing at an exponentially fast rate. You are the next generation of STEM leaders, innovators, and problem solvers that will drive that change. Your education at Mines has provided you with the qualities necessary to succeed in life: grit, knowledge, adaptability. In the future, you will be filling jobs that don't even exist today. Your years have prepared you for this. You've faced adversity, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt throughout your educational journey. However, you have also persevered, grown stronger, and learned to rise above those challenges. Graduation is about believing in yourself and embracing the challenges that lie ahead. You may stumble, you may face setbacks, but remember, it's all part of your journey. So on behalf of the Board of Regents of South Dakota, congratulations. And now, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the state of South Dakota, I hereby delegate to President Jim Rankin the right to confer degrees and diplomas with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Morrison. At each commencement ceremony, we take time to honor alumni and community leaders who have distinguished themselves in their professions and their communities with the awarding of an honorary doctorate. You can read our awardees' full biographies in the program. Ms. Renita Mollman received a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from South Dakota Mines in 1988. She is the Chief Administrative Officer and Senior Vice President for Burns & McDonnell, a $6.9 billion global engineering and construction firm. She is also a member of the firm's board of directors. Throughout Renita's 2 decades at Burns & McDonnell, she supported more than 100 projects for multiple aviation and military clients. In 2009, she was promoted to general manager for the California region, and in 2011 was promoted to vice president. Under her leadership, this regional team grew from just a few employees to more than 250. The firm was named a best place to work 7 times in Southern California, and revenue nearly quadrupled. Her influence extends into mentoring with an emphasis on promoting women in science, technology, engineering, and math. She serves on several boards in the Kansas City area and serves on the board of directors for our Center for Alumni Relations and Advancement. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the action of the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon Renita Mollman the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service, with all the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the responsibilities pertaining thereto. I'd ask you to come forward to the mark there. Renita, congratulations. Yeah, good idea. Our second honorary doctorate is being awarded to Mr. Linn Evans, who is also today's keynote speaker. Linn became a member of the Black Hills Corporation Board of Directors in 2018 and was appointed President and Chief Executive Officer in January of 2019. He joined Black Hills Corp in 2001. Prior to that, he practiced law with private firms representing international mining companies in various areas. He holds a bachelor's degree in mining engineering from Missouri University of Science and Technology and a Juris Doctorate from the Northwestern School of Law of Lewis and Clark College, with a certificate in environmental and natural resources law. He serves on the South Dakota Mines University Advisory Board, in the Sanford Underground Research Facility Foundation Board, and represents Black Hills Corp on the boards of the Edison Electric Institute and the American Gas Association. He and his wife Gloria have 3 daughters, 2 of them Mines alum. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the action of the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon Linn Evans the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Thank you, Dr. Rankin. Well, good morning and greetings. Dr. Rankin, President Rankin, Provost Roberts, Regent Morrison, deans and faculty, my fellow honoree, Dr. Renita Mollman, student representative, Morgan Else, parents and family members, alumni, and most importantly, the South Dakota Mines class of 2023. It's a great honor to be here with you this morning, and I'm very grateful for this new connection to this outstanding university. I'm especially proud because I'm now an honorary alum of the same college where 2 of my daughters and my son-in-law, one son-in-law, received their engineering degrees. I have one son-in-law who's also an engineer. He went to this big school in Nebraska, which we won't name today. We'll question his decision-making. However, he was smart enough to marry my daughter. So I want to tell a brief story about my fellow honoree, the new Dr. Mollman. Once upon a time, Dr. Mollman and my wife attended grade school, and they attended high school together while growing up in Deadwood. As my wife will tell you, her childhood had its challenges, as the youngest of 6 children being raised by a single mother. My wife speaks very fondly of the Mollman family because they generously lent her family a helping hand from time to time as she grew up. Thank you, Dr. Mollman, for your family's caring generosity toward my wife and family those many years ago. It makes today all the more special to share this honor with you. As I thought about the last 4+ years and what the class of 2023 experienced, I recall that many of you were freshmen when the COVID pandemic wreaked its havoc upon our world. Like most college freshmen, you were eager for the independence of college, but instead found yourself learning from home. As you well know, engineering and science degrees are hard enough under normal circumstances, and the isolation of the pandemic certainly didn't make it any easier. I admire you for what you have achieved. You're here today, the class of 23, stronger and more resilient because of what you have successfully endured. When we look back, you made a lot of decisions throughout your life that brought you here today to celebrate what you've accomplished at this university. Among them, you chose a university with academic rigor, providing you with a hands-on, experiential education. That rigor is one of the reasons this university has such an outstanding reputation and a great job placement record, and I'm sure many of you appreciate that today. You also chose a college that likes to have some fun. And when I think about some of that fun, the annual whitewashing of the M on M Hill is near the top of the list. That M is a 111-year-old iconic symbol of this university and plays an important tradition during homecoming when students use their bodies as paintbrushes as they slip and slide down the M, and the rowdy tradition of whitewashing has become legendary both on and off campus. As you know, the M also serves another purpose. For more than 100 years, think about that, more than a century, the graduating class adds a new plaque to the M, and on that plaque are the names of every new graduate, and soon your name will be added to that iconic hill. While the whitewashing was canceled your freshman year due to the COVID pandemic, I'm confident most of you, if not all of you, have climbed to the top of M Hill and studied those plaques. And when I think about that plaque with your name on it, I think about the effort, the energy, and the time you've invested to achieve your degree and to be here this morning to celebrate that achievement and have your name on top of that hill. And with that effort, energy, and time in mind, if there was a single life hack that I could share with you this morning that I believe would have the most impact on your life, it would be this. I encourage you to live an intentional life and continue to intentionally climb hills. Just like having your name on that plaque on top of that hill, I can confidently say that all success you will ever achieve in this life will be because you were willing to intentionally climb a hill. There's this incredible truth that everything worthwhile in your life will happen because someone helped you or because you were willing to climb a hill. Anytime you climbed M Hill, I promise you did not do it unintentionally. Likewise, it's certainly no accident that your name will be on that plaque attached to that M. You earned your degree through your effort, your energy, and your time. You intentionally climbed the hill to achieve your academic success. I encourage you to think about the joy. Think about the satisfaction that's in your heart right now. And then think about the effort. Think about the energy and the time you invested to be here. It's within the climb and during the struggle that you grew. You became wiser, you became more knowledgeable, and more capable to change our world. As we think about the last 4 or more years, all of you endured the required curriculum of classes and labs. You completed large sums of homework. You took those quizzes. You passed a sufficient number of exams to prove what you learned. You wrote research papers, and you completed your design project or your thesis. And now today, you're here on top of the hill. For some of you, your hill was finances. You and your family struggled financially every semester. You pinched pennies to pay your tuition, buy your course materials, put a roof over your head, and of course feed yourself. Some of you had to work an extra job, maybe 2 jobs. You're the ones that probably learned the most, and now you're here on top of the hill. For some of you, your hill may have been social. You didn't always fit in, and COVID made it even worse as you endured the challenges of the loneliness of the pandemic. And now here, years later, you're here on top of the hill. We've heard the phrases summa cum laude, magna cum laude, but for many, that wasn't you. You didn't get all A's or all B's, and you often got C's, and probably the occasional D or maybe the F. but you persevered, and now you're here on top of this hill. To be here today, all of you climbed hills that were personal to you. Those unique hills shaped and molded you and made you a different person and gave you new perspectives because you sacrificed, because you pushed yourself, because you endured, and because you put in the effort, the energy, and the time to climb that hill. It was the intentionality within the climb when you improved yourself. It was during the climb that you learned and discovered new principles that you can now apply to improve our world. And it was the accumulation of all those moments during the climb that you earned your degree and what it now affords you. No one accidentally goes uphill. In my experience, far too many people have what I describe as uphill dreams and aspirations, but they don't achieve them because they lead lives with downhill habits. You've proven that's not you. I challenge you to continue to intentionally climb hills because that's where you will find your magic, your value, and your purpose. As you leave the structure of this college behind, there is no core curriculum ahead of you. You're probably grateful for that. I know I was thrilled. From this day forward, your world is almost entirely an elective. But as part of your curriculum, probably all of you were at least introduced to the second law of thermodynamics and the principle of entropy. I'm confident some of you are experts on the subject. For those in the audience who haven't studied entropy, entropy is the general trend of our designed universe for all things to migrate from order toward disorder. For the famous astrophysicist Arthur Eddington claimed, and I quote, and I love this quote, "If your theory is found to be against the second law of thermodynamics, I can give you no hope. There is nothing for it but to collapse in deepest humiliation." So that's certainly no ambiguity in that statement. We witness entropy all around us. If we don't put energy into a system, that system deteriorates when left on its own and in its simplest forms. Cars deteriorate and rust. Those sandcastles you built on the beach are eroded by the ocean's waves. A campfire slowly burns out. Weeds begin to overtake a garden. And your room or your apartment or your house never cleans itself. It happens in essentially every system on the planet. The pull of entropy is relentless. Entropy is always increasing when left on its own. Everything decays, disorder always increases. And on that positive note, there is good news. We can fight back, and we can overcome the pull of entropy by intentionally climbing hills, engaging our effort, our energy, and our time. Houses can be cleaned, gardens can be weeded, cars can be maintained, we can add wood to that campfire, and likewise, we can counter entropy in our personal lives by intentionally climbing hills. To help you embrace climbing hills, go find what you love. Your work and your career will fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied in that work is to do what you find meaningful. And the only way to do meaningful work is to love what you do. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it. We've all heard the statement, if we do what we love, we will never work a day in our life. I've learned that's nonsense. In my experience, when we're chasing dreams, we will work harder than we ever thought possible. But here's the secret or the magic in doing what we love. Our days are then filled with meaning and joy. The hours, they pass quickly. And the tools we use to perform that work feel natural and they feel light in our hands. So I challenge you, as you go out into the world, look for the hills, look for the rough spots, look for the problems that are too big and the complexities that others are intent to simply ignore. I assure you it's in those places that you will find your joy, you'll find your value, and you'll find your purpose. Tap into that superpower of your education experience. You know how to think critically, and you've learned how to solve complex problems. You understand the interrelationship of the elements of our world. You've learned the principles that allow you to harness them and then render them useful to make things better for mankind. Go find the hole in the universe you are uniquely designed to fill and create that which has never been created and solve that which has never been solved. Of course, climbing hills brings risk. So as you climb new hills, I encourage you to understand that failure is part of And frankly, it's essential to our success. When we chase our dreams and we're climbing hills, we will fail. But remember, when we fail, we are not failures, especially when we learn from that experience and turn what we learned into a strength, adding learned experience, grit, and resilience to our toolbox. I've learned that failure and success are not opposite concepts. Failure is part of success. As you overcome entropy in your life and you climb those new hills, appreciate that the magic we are looking for is in our attitude, and it's often in the work that we avoid. If it makes you nervous, you're probably where you belong. If it scares you, I encourage you to run toward it. If it looks like hard work, it's going to be, and it will probably prove to be the magic and the joy and the very purpose you're looking for. So class of 2023, congratulations for climbing and summiting your academic hill. I wish you tremendous success as you climb and summit the unique hills that God will lead you to. I assure you that's where you will find your joy. Finally, I'm very grateful and proud to share this day with you. We are the South Dakota Mines class of 2023. Thank you, good luck, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Evans. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for coming. Just kidding. Let's award a few degrees. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Associate Vice President for Student Development and Dean of Students, Dr. Joe DeLugos, who will present the degree candidates.
President Rankin, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Arts. I will read only the names of those degree candidates who are present this morning. Those who are unable to attend, but whose names are listed in the commencement program, will be awarded their diplomas in absentia. We welcome and encourage applause for each graduate, but we ask you to refrain from using air horns or other noisemakers so that we may preserve decorum and respect for the graduates, their families, and our visitors. As the graduates line up to receive their diplomas, families are reminded that we have professional photographers capturing the official photos of our graduates, but families are welcome to come closer to take their own photos. Throughout the program, you will see graduates wearing special cords or stoles representing their fraternities, sororities, national honor societies. The navy blue and lime green cords are worn by student ambassadors. Our international students are wearing stoles with the flags of their home countries. Additionally, South Dakota Mines has been consistently rated as one of the top schools in the country for veterans and military service members. Today, we're honored to have 3 veteran graduates who are wearing red, white, and blue cords. Would our veteran graduates please rise to be recognized? We would also like to ask any veterans in the audience to rise and be recognized. Thank you all for your service.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all of the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
Our doctoral graduates will be hooded by Dr. Mary Beth Price, Dean of Graduate Education, and their major professors. They will also be congratulated by their department heads and Provost Roberts. Candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Atmospheric and Environmental Sciences will be congratulated by Program Coordinator Dr. William Capehart. Patrick Kenneth Kozak.
Dr. Lisa Kunza, Major Professor for Patrick, will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Patrick Kenneth Kozak. Candidate for the degree, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical and Biological Engineering, will be congratulated by Interim Department Head, Dr. Zhengtao Zhu. Jordan A. Hops. Dr. Zhu will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Jordan A. Hops. Candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nanoscience and Nanoengineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Steve Smith. Jinwan Liu. Dr. Kangju Wang, Major Professor for Jinwan, will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Jinwan Liu. Ding Lu. Dr. Smith will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Ding Lu. President Rankin, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the South Dakota Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
The master's degrees candidates will be congratulated by Dr. Price, their department heads, and Provost Roberts. Candidate for the degree, Master of Science in Atmospheric and Environmental Sciences, will be congratulated by Program Coordinator Dr. William Capehart. Vicky Marie Kelsey. Candidates for the degree, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering, will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Steve Smith. Matthew James Holler. Justin Bernard Statio. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Chemical Engineering will be congratulated by Interim Department Head Dr. Zhu. Juwan Kahinde Olowoniba. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Civil and Environmental Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Jim Stone. Collins Antwi Bosiaco. Emma Lee McCalmont. Ethan Jacob Stebbins. Josie K. Tornberg. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Computer Science and Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Jeff Magoo. Samuel John Reichman. Carissa Lene Shipke. Devin A. Schneider. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Construction, Engineering, and Management will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Stone. Jonathan Moreno, Jr. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Electrical Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Magoo. Tanya Islam. Mohammed Shahanawaz Tanvir. Candidate for the degree Master of Science in Engineering Management will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Jeff Waldstedt. Willem Purcell Peters. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Geology and Geological Engineering will be congratulated by Interim Department Head Dr. Rob Hall. Edward Anorche. John Richard Farmer. Rainer Austin Ratchford. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Pierre Larochelle. Matthew J. Dietz. Austin Samuel Gutknecht. Michael Benjamin Lindy. Wyatt Ward Winning. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mining Engineering and Management will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Hall. Tel Kai Bostwick. Alexandra Lee Gregor. Isaac Andrews Tando. President Rankin, that concludes the presentation of the master's degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
The bachelor's degrees candidates will be congratulated by their department heads and Provost Roberts. The candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Applied and Computational Mathematics will be congratulated by department head Dr. Travis Kowalski. Brett Jerome Flerschinger, magna cum laude. Candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Atmospheric and Environmental Sciences will be congratulated by program coordinator Dr. Capehart. Lillian Joy Knutson, cum laude. Madison Ann Lindholm. Corey Alex Schultz, magna cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biology will be congratulated by department head Dr. Zhu. Ashlyn Ann Call. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering will be congratulated by department head Dr. Smith. Ava Lynn Patak. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Management in Technology will be congratulated by program coordinator Dr. Ivy Allard. Mason R. Gokin. Scott A. Sellers. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering will be congratulated by interim department head Dr. Zhu. Henry William Fritzler. Spencer Jason Meckelson. Shelby Jade Solom. Shelby is also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and will be congratulated by department head Dr. Zhu. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering will be congratulated by department head Dr. Stone. Alexander Floyd Colgan. Casey James Knutson. Logan Marcus Tunison. Candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering will be congratulated by department head Dr. Magoo. Sophia Sadoun. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science will be congratulated by department head Dr. Magoo. Matthew Martin Clutter, summa cum laude. Daniel Scott Hunter. Patrick James Keller, magna cum laude. Benjamin Bush Millhouse. Riley Dean Newpen, cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Magoo. Chase Christopher Reinertsen. William Joseph Taylor. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Geological Engineering will be congratulated by Interim Department Head Dr. Hall. Skylar Massman, cum laude. Tanner James Williams. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering and Engineering Management will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Waldstead. Trevor Adrian, magna cum laude. Morgan Catherine Else. Logan Godwin. Victor Gerardo Hernandez Chinos. Cole Christopher Jesh. Chloe Marie Ryan. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mathematics will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Travis Kowalski. Riley Dean Newpen, cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. La Rochelle. Christopher Warren Pochis. Seth M. Taylor, magna cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Metallurgical Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Michael West. Cody Claymore Marshall. David M. Miller. Cassidy Ramona Chauvel, summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mining Engineering will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Hall. Barkwinde Ezekiel Bahamogo. Zachariah Briggs. William Watson Carroll. Jordan William Perry. Zachary Theodore Tuft, cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Physics will be congratulated by Interim Department Head Dr. Frank Streeter. Alex J. Heindel, magna cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Pre-Professional Health Sciences will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Zhu. Glory Ann Christensen. Samuel Walker Torbert, summa cum laude. President Rankin, that concludes the presentation of our baccalaureate degree candidates.
Will the candidate for the degree Associate of Arts please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Associate of Arts with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
The candidate for an Associate of Arts in General Studies will be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Kyle Knight and Provost Roberts. Colby Schaff. President Rankin, that concludes the presentation of our associate degree candidates.
I offer to you my personal congratulations and good wishes on behalf of the entire South Dakota Mines family. We're all very proud of you and know that you will go on to make positive impacts on your industries, on your communities, and on the world. Would all degree recipients please rise? Bachelor's degree recipients, you may now move the tassels on your mortarboard from right to left. You're getting a little ahead of me here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the South Dakota Mines class of 2023. Congratulations. Graduates, you may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce the board chair for our Center for Alumni Relations and Advancement, Mr. Rich Wells, who graduated from South Dakota Mines in 1982 with a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering. During his 40-year career with Dow Chemical Company, Rich held leadership roles in a wide range of areas. His final role was Vice President of U.S. Gulf Coast Operations and Site Director of Texas Operations, as well as Chairman, President, and CEO of Union Carbide Corporation, a wholly owned subsidiary of Dow. After retiring in 2021, Rich and his wife Trudy, a 1984 chemical engineering graduate, moved back to Rapid City. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Dr. Rankin. Well, congratulations. You made it. You're now part of the 18,000-strong South Dakota Mines Alumni Network. Now, we're a dynamic and diverse group of people living all over this globe. And we're here to support you as you now start this next chapter of your life. The power of this network is very real. Hard Rockers look out for each other, and we are always here to help you. Whether you're looking for a job, a mentor, or just a friend to connect with, you can find it in the South Dakota Mines alumni community. Now, being a member of this community also involves thinking about giving back to this university, as Morgan so eloquently said in her talk. So in the future, consider being a mentor. Ask yourself if you can come back to campus and talk about your professional experiences. And maybe eventually you'll be moved to give back to this institution financially and help future students succeed just like you have. The power and the future of our alumni community rests with each of you. This means we look to you to morph it into what it needs to be next. And your community now extends way beyond those you sat in class with, you studied with, you ate with, you drank with, and you graduated with. It extends to me and the 18,000 other Hard Rockers who went before you. So don't be afraid to reach out. We're here for you. Welcome to the club. I promise you it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. We now request all guests stand for the retiring of the colors. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Mark time. March. Group. Halt. Sir, requesting permission to retrieve colors.
Retrieve the colors.
Forward. Mark. Mark time. Mark. Group. Halt. Right. Face. Higher colors. Tall march. Left.
As we close out our commencement ceremony, I want to thank the String Theory Musical Ensemble under the direction of Tammy Schnittgrund, the Commencement Committee, and others who contributed to make this event a success. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Got her done.
Good job.
How are you?
Good. Class of 2023, you are dismissed.